What's better for your renovation company? If you run a renovation company and you're stuck wondering whether you should run Google ads or Meta ads or how you can even get more jobs, this is the perfect video for you to watch. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what Google ads are for and exactly what Meta ads are for. I'm going to be telling you guys exactly which one you should be using for your company and the positives and the downsides of each one. Okay, so first of all, we're going to be going over the main differences between Google ads and Meta ads, right? So what makes them different? So going over Google ads first, the main thing you need to understand is that people are actively searching for your service, right? The way they're going to be seeing your ad is when they search for your niche. So an example of a Google ad is going to be someone wanting to get their kitchen redone and searching up kitchen renovation near me. And that's when they're going to see your ad, right? That's how Google ads works. So because your customers are going to be searching up for your exact offer, this means that the people that click on your ad are going to be high buying intent, right? That means they're in need of this service. They're actively looking for it. And so it's going to be way easier to actually close them, which means most leads that come in from Google ads are ready to hire and are not going to be wasting your time. Now, the key difference between Google ads and Meta ads are that on Meta, people are not searching for your business. They're literally going to be scrolling on Instagram or Facebook, and that's where your ad is going to come into their view. Now, the key thing about Meta ads is you have to interrupt them with your offer, right? When people are scrolling on social media, your ad needs to interrupt them and stop them from scrolling, which means your ad has to sell to them, right? You literally have to stop them and make them think about the service, and you literally have to sell them on that service. You have to make them want it. Whereas, like I said, on Google, they're searching it up, which means they're ready to hire. Now, the simplest way I could break down Google ads versus Meta ads is going to be this formula right here. So on Google ads, if you're getting 10 leads, your cost per lead is going to be higher, right? Because these leads are ready to buy and they're higher intent, which means they're going to cost more money. So if you're getting 10 leads and the cost per lead is $4, that's $40 for 10 leads. Now, this is just an example, right? These numbers aren't real. The close rate is going to be much higher. So out of these 10 leads, you're going to close 50% of them. Whereas on Meta, if you get 10 leads, since the leads don't matter as much, they're going to cost way less, right? So for example, $1. But since they're literally just scrolling on Instagram, they might not want it that bad, right? They're going to be asking for quotes. They're going to be wasting your time sometimes. And this is going to make your close rate way lower, right? So for example, 15%. Now, as you can see on Meta, it costs less to get leads, but you're going to close fewer leads. Whereas on Google, you're going to have to pay more for those leads, but it's going to be way easier to actually convert them into booked jobs. Now, this is where it kind of differs for most businesses, but from what I've seen most of the time, it's better to pay more for the leads when they close more often, right? Because that is instant money. Whereas on Meta, you could waste a lot of money getting a lot of leads but not close that many jobs. Now, the big question, right? If you own a renovation company, you want to get more jobs, you want to get more leads, which one should you be using for your company? The answer is Google ads. Now, why is Google ads usually better for renovation companies? Now, keep in mind, I say usually because most of the time it is. All right, so on to the next point. Why are Google ads usually better for renovation companies? All right, so number one, as we went over, the leads are high intent, right? Everyone that is clicking on your ad, that is even seeing your ad, was searching for that service in the first place, which means they're in need of it. Now, just to give you guys an example of Google ads, I just typed in here bathroom renovations, and this is where your ad would be, right? So if someone is searching for this, you're going to be right at the top and they're going to click and get a quote. So obviously a lot of the leads are going to be higher intent. So you're pretty much just selling to the people that want your service in the first place, right? Whereas Meta, they might be thinking about getting it, but they're not really set on it and you have to convince them more. Now, going off the first 2 points, obviously you're going to have a faster path to actual booked jobs, right? Whereas Meta, you're going to have to be following up. You're going to waste your time with quotes. You're going to waste your time with people just wanting to price shop. But with Google, a lot of times it's a straightforward book job. Now, the best part for us when we run ads for our clients is it's way easier to prove the ROI, right? So if they're spending, let's say $20 on ads and we get them a book job in the first month, it's going to pay for their ad spend, right? Whereas Meta, they might spend a lot of money, but it's going to take longer to actually get a book job. And they're going to be, worried if they're going to make their money back. But for Google, it's way easier to get that initial return on your investment. Like I said, Google is going to cost more per lead. However, it works perfectly for higher ticket services like renovation. Because if one job closes for $25,000, who cares if you spend $3,000 on ads? So you're pretty much paying for guaranteed jobs. All right, now obviously there are going to be some downsides of Google Ads, and I wanted to cover that for you guys really quick just to be transparent so you guys know where you're getting yourself into. Now, the number one thing is it's going to be competitive, right? There's going to be a lot of renovation companies. When you search it up, for example, here, I'll do it again. For example, when I search up bathroom renovations, right, you can see how many actual renovation companies come up. It's a competitive market and it's hard to stand out, but that's why your ads and your landing page matter way more. That's why we make sure to optimize our clients' ads and landing page as much as we can. Now, because it is competitive, and like I said before, the cost per click can be high, right? But again, when that lead is more likely to convert, you're going to be making that money back. Number three, like I said, it requires a good landing page, right? Like you can see when they search it up, there's really nothing here to convince them, right? It's really when they click on it that they get taken to your website or landing page. That's where you really have to sell them. When I explain Google Ads to people, I really like to tell them that your landing page is basically your actual ad, right? That's where you're really selling the lead. Now, although they may want that service in the first place, your landing page is what's going to convince them to book it with you. Now, number four is kind of a double-edged sword, right? The leads that come in through Google are high intent, right? They want the job now, which means if you don't follow up as fast as you can, they might go with someone else. If you guys are not following up with leads within 5 minutes, and 5 minutes is pushing it, you are losing money. That's why we make sure to implement automations and systems in place for our clients to follow up with leads right away. You would be surprised how much that makes your close rate go up. Now, obviously, like I said, I do recommend Google Ads for most cases. However, Meta Ads still does have its own place. If you guys already have Google Ads set up and are still in search of more jobs, that's where Meta Ads comes in. Meta Ads is almost your secondary funnel for leads. Why I say secondary is because it's going to be less intent and it's your job to sell the people. And what we like to recommend for our clients is to implement Meta Ads and Google Ads when they're honestly trying to dominate their region. Meta Ads and Google Ads is better for the bigger end companies, not for when you're just starting out to run ads. It helps you really build a brand almost and like stand out in your region. If you guys are just starting out and you want leads and book jobs, I would 100% recommend Google Ads. But like I said, it does have its downsides. It's not a free printing machine. You have to have a good landing page. You have to have a good follow-up system. Now, once you get set up with Google Ads and you guys are looking to expand even more, I would definitely recommend adding on Meta as a secondary funnel. You need to be using these ads in place with the right systems to help scale. There's only so much that ads will do with themselves, and at some point you're just going to be wasting money and your cost per lead and close rate are going to be stuck and you're going to start plateauing. If you want to scale past that point, it's very, very important to have back-end systems and automations in place. If you guys are a renovation company doing 50K plus a month in revenue and are looking to scale past 6 figures and you guys want to implement ads and systems in your company to help you scale, you can book a free meeting with us and it will show you exactly how we'll scale your company using our systems. If you are a newer company, make sure to subscribe because we will be dropping videos to help you scale up to the point where you can start working with us. If you guys did learn something, make sure to like and subscribe to keep seeing these videos on your feed. Again, our goal with this YouTube channel is to make you guys make enough money to be able to work with us. So it is in your benefit to follow along with these videos. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. And if you guys want to see any other videos, make sure to comment down below what you want to see.